السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. تعلمنا من المقطع السابق أهمية the project resource management، وشرحنا فيها الرينيمينج الحصل للباب من project human resource management إلى project resource management، وشاهدنا المقطع بتاع ال PMI في النسخة السادسة وبيان التشينجز وأهمية التشينجز. الآن بإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى ناخد case study نتعلم منها the precision craftsmanship، كيف التيم بيعمل بصورة بتاعت collaboration، والجانب بتاع الكرياتيفيتي الإبداع فيما يتعلق بالperformance، والسمارتنس أو التيم كيف بيعمل as a smart team، ونشوف التيم هم كيف dedicated to the work، يعني بجد إنهم commitment وفاء وإخلاص للعمل، ونشوف كيف التيم ممكن يعمل in harmony or in orchestra، ومفهوم النولج والجانب بتاع المانجمنت الحقيقي. بناخد مثال ل بوينغ 777 التيم بتاعك كيف بيعمل، وناخد منها ان شاء الله كيس نتعلم منها، نشاهد ونفصل باذن الله سبحانه وتعالى لاحقا. هي كيس مفيده ناخد منها دروس مستفاده ونتعلم منها الفولو اب.
Okay, I think we're ready for the checklist. Oxygen set, tested 100%. Flight instrument heading is good with altimeter 3045. Parking brake is released out.
Every pilot I've talked to loves flying the airplane. As soon as you strap that airplane on, it's like you're a part of it. I mean, it is the finest built airplane that I've ever had the privilege to fly. It's second to none in terms of commercial aviation, and that exemplifies the quality of the people who work on this airplane every single day.
I've been working for Boeing for just going on right at 15 years.
Since 1989.
23 years.
Going on 25 years.
5.5 years now.
It'll be 24 years in June.
I remember flying a foam model airplane off of the treehouse my dad built.
Ever since I was young, it was my bicycle, playing with that, taking it apart and trying to make it better. And then it moved to motorcycles and then cars.
I like working with my hands. I like building things. I always have, ever since I was little. I think this is something that is an art form.
I couldn't have been 4 years old, but I remember to this day flying that airplane over and over again, making my dad run in the yard, grab it, bring it back to the treehouse.
I had an auto mechanics class when I was a senior in high school. I showed up on Monday, didn't show back up till Friday. He says, "Welcome back. Time for the test." I missed 2 questions on his test. He got me a job out in town at a garage. He said, "There ain't nothing I can teach you."
I think working on airplanes, you get people who are fascinated by airplanes. When an airplane flies over, you can tell the airplane people because they look up.
The actual spirit of Boeing is the men and women who build the airplane. The mechanics, the sealers, the plumbers, the electricians, the riggers, the functional test guys.
These folks are the best in the world at what they do.
And they will perform at whatever level is required to deliver the perfect airplane.
The people who build all of these airplanes are incredibly smart, incredibly dedicated.
I see a lot of artists and musicians working in these jobs, guys that like things that are concrete and practical, but at the same time, they maybe think a little bit abstract. There's a lot of creativity involved with these individuals.
It's like an orchestra, you've got all of these people moving in unison. A rivet gun, bucket and bar, a drill motor. Those are the instruments. Those are actual instruments.
It's a crazy orchestration. Putting this airplane together, joining it, and in 3 days, getting it ready for someone to actually put systems on it. When you look at what it takes to put this product together, it's the people applying their hands, their knowledge, their desire to be successful to the actual parts, tools, and engineering of this product to bring it all together.
Almost everything that we do is hands-on.
It's all hand-driven, hand-done, hand-worked.
It's built by hands. It's not a soulless machine that's building it.
Every little bit, every little part, however small, is important to what we're doing.
The Boeing Company is actually its own little city within a city.
It's the world's largest building by volume. But you walk in here and it's really awe-inspiring, and the airplanes are awe-inspiring, and their story's tall.
You know, I think back on this program, it was exhilarating to build the first airplane. It's equally as exciting to deliver the 1,000th.
There's no reason why we shouldn't see 2,500 or 3,000 of these large airplanes in service in the next 15 years.
Some of these people that are here on the 777 have been here since the very first airplane, and they will be here for the 1,000th airplane coming through.
It's pretty impressive to know that I've been working on 1,000 of these airplanes. It's almost unimaginable.
There is no doubt in my mind this is one of the finest teams on earth.
There's a huge level of talent here at Boeing.
It's an art and we're artists. We build the best airplane in the air and we intend to keep doing it.
When you take pride in your work, you enjoy working.
If there wasn't any passion building this airplane, it wouldn't get done.
How can you not love building one of these? I love building airplanes.
I like to come to work. I like to keep the cogs on this machine rolling.
Every single one of those airplanes has a piece of everybody that's ever done any job on that.
I came to the realization that I was a third-generation aerospace worker.
My mom, my dad, my cousins, my uncle.
I still want to be able to say to my friends or to somebody in the airport, that is something that I built. That is my airplane.
It was nice to say, hey, I put that wing on there. That one's mine.
And I have kids, and when we're driving in the car, we see an airplane flying up in the sky. What one's that, Dad? And I could have just pointed out to them and tell them, did you paint that? And I said, yeah, I did.
There's a lot of mom and dads, a lot of brothers and sisters that are flying on these airplanes that are counting on you to do the best.
When you can be part of a product like the 777 that changes the world, that allows regions, countries, companies to grow and prosper, that's huge.
I think the ability to bring people face to face, handshake to handshake, hug to hug, has an immediate impact in the shape of the world.
That completes the before engine start, and we are ready to start engine number 2. Roger.
طيب الآن تعلمنا من الكيس من شركة بوينغ 777 بعض الأشياء الجميلة في التيم like the smart working, they are dedicated, ناس عندهم commitment, loyalty, الوفاء والإخلاص في العمل, creativity, الإبداع واللمسات, the smart touches and working in orchestra, they بيكونوا يعني العمل as a team, روح الفريق, then the knowledge, المعرفة, the desire, experience, the expertise, roles, responsibilities, authorities. جماعة دي كل أشياء تعلمناها في روح الفريق بنتعلق بالهيومن ريسورس. نشاهد كذلك مقطع للفيزيكال ريسورس كيف كذلك ممكن نستعمل روبوتس وغيرها من الأجهزة الفيزيكال. نشاهد كذلك عبارة عن مقطع من أمازون واستعمالهم للفيزيكال ريسورسز في الورك. نشوف كيف يا جماعة البرودكتيفيتي ممكن تتم من خلال روبوتس.
This is a grocery warehouse. We service grocery stores with dry goods items. We receive directly from the manufacturer and stock items and then deliver them to the stores by their request. So if we received in coffee, it would be not just a case of coffee, it would be a full truck of coffee in pallets. We'd take those pallets, load them onto conveyors, and then the first robot would take that pallet apart layer by layer. And then those layers would then be broken up into single case quantities and then stored within the structure by the next set of robots. We'd then receive the customer's order, and they would give us an order for coffee, and then for peanut butter and mayonnaise and whatever else they wanted. Those cases would then be retrieved by the bots and then brought out to a third set of robots, which would then build the customer's order in a pallet to their specification. People do not handle the product in the automated system. On each shift, we have 5 to 6 associates out on the floor that are monitoring the system and there to resolve any issues that come up and keep the lines running. It's running essentially 20 to 21 hours a day and 7 days a week. The reason we can store things more efficiently is because we really don't have any barriers to store one product next to another. We can store it as needed to get the most efficient throughput in the system. If you can satisfy a customer's demand in less square feet, then that means you can store more product in the same building, or you can store it in a smaller building and still achieve the same customer demand.
طيب دي كانت كيس تعلمنا منها كده يا جماعة the machines the physical resources كيف ممكن تعمل مع بعض وكيف ممكن ما بين the human resources and the physical resources we can make a project. مهم جدا كل resources تعمل in harmony, in orchestra, in collaborative team to get the project done on time, on budget, on schedule, on quality. الباب قلنا مكون من many processes تقريبا عبارة عن 6 processes. The process number 1 planned resource management. هو قلنا لا شك من ما تعلمنا سابقا يا جماعة انه مما يتكلم عن اي process لابد ان نفصل ندي معلومة اولية عنه. واي knowledge area بتبدا بالplanning except the project integration management و the project stakeholder management بيدوا بالinitiation ثم بعدها جاء طوالي the planning. والهدف من البلان في أول الباب هي وضع البوليسيز the standards the procedures the templates عشان نمشي عليها لحد ما نكمل الباب. فأهمية plan resource management في الباب بتاع resource management plan قال defining how to estimate acquire manage and utilize the physical and team resources. وبteam resources يعني كلمة human resources. process number 2 estimate activity resources شبيه جدا جدا بالاستيميت activity duration والاستيميت تقريبا الكوست ولا علاقة بالسكجول كلها تكلمنا عنها. هنا قال estimating the team resources بيتعلق بالhuman resources, the type نوع resources, the quantities كمية resources سواء كان material أو equipment أو غيره. الباب اللي بعده acquire resources. الآن يا جماعة حنجيب التيم أو حنعين التيم سواء كان team members فيما يتعلق بالhuman resources وهنا حيتكلم عن the project team in general وما يتعلق equipments اللي physical resources materials supplies إلى غيرها. ثم قلنا أثناء التيم وأثناء العمل لابد من develop team. أثناء ما الناس شغالة في execution process تحتاج إلى coaching إلى collocation تحتاج إلى motivation support trust building and so on. فهنا بنقول عبارة عن develop team هي improving the competencies كفاءة التيم وأداء التيم وانسجام التيم مع بعض team member interaction ثم developing the overall team environment. يبقى كلمة develop team نتكلم عن الhuman resources فقط. وفيما يتعلق بالmanage team كذلك هتكلم عن the human resources هي عملية مراقبة. طبعا ما بنقدر نقول control the resources فيما يتعلق بالهيومن، بنقول control resources اللي هي physical resources، ولكن بنقول manage team، لأنه الأشخاص عندهم emotional feelings، مشاعر، عندهم عبارة عن emotions feelings، أشياء يعني عندهم insights or beliefs، فهنا يصعب التعامل معهم as physical resources. وبالتالي فيما يتعلق بضبط أو مراقبة أو متابعة الأشخاص سماه manage team، وقال هي tracking team member performance، أداء التيم والأشخاص اللي قبل عيناهم على أساس requirements معينة، أساس qualification معينة، هل الآن هم الآن يعني in action شغالين نفس الأشياء طلبناها منهم قبل بنفس الفعالية بنفس الكفاءة and so on. then we get a feedback. بالتالي قد نضطر نعمل changes ونشوف كذا يا جماعة، أو قد نضطر نحل مشاكل واجهتنا أثناء البرفورمانس. ده فيما يتعلق بالهيومن ريسورس بالبروجكت تيم ممبرز. أما فيما يتعلق بالفيزيكال ريسورسز لابد من control the resources. هنا قال ensuring physical resources are available as planned، أكيد on time at the right time and the right place. و monitoring the plan versus the actual performance، حنراقب الخطة اللي كنا واضعينها بالنسبة للفيزيكال ريسورسز و actually عمليا الآن هل نحن استوفينا المطلوب؟ هل معانا كل الريسورسز بكل المواصفات المحتاجين لها؟ the numbers the quantity the type the skillful and so on. طيب in case of any changes لابد من performing corrective actions or preventive actions or defect repair depending on the type of the changes. وقلنا مع أي change لابد من update. ثم نبدأ الآن بإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى أو نمهد الآن للبداية اللاحقة المتعلقة ب process number 1 which is plan resource management. stay tuned شوية وراجعين لكم بإذن الله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.